Also on this Truth and Reconciliation Day, after over a decade of planning, fundraising and construction, the former Mohawk Residential School officially reopened as a museum. The Brantford site, now operated by the Woodland Cultural Centre, was Canada's first and longest operating residential school. The faces stare back through time, just some of the estimated 15,000 children who were taken from their families and forced to attend the Mohawk Institute during its more than 140 years of operation.
And I think it's important that we don't ever forget what happened.
Over the decades, at least 105 Indigenous children died at the school, according to research conducted by the National Centre of Truth and Reconciliation and an organization of surviving students. That fatal legacy of forced assimilation is being remembered with the building's reopening as a museum, offering visitors a sense of what the school would have been like. A rare opportunity because only a handful of former residential schools still stand.
A lot of survivors told us that, looking at a plaque, because a lot of the other residential schools were torn down, you don't get that sense of what it's like to actually be inside the space and see the walls and get the experience what it would have been like as a child who had to go through these horrible conditions.
One of the things about the Mohawk Institute, it was really about separating families. And so when children arrived, they were assigned a number, they were separated from their siblings.
This is the school's former dining hall, where hungry, malnourished children were given oatmeal, inspiring the survivors' nickname for the institute, the Mush Hole. Despite the countless hours of arduous manual labor put in by those children at the school's farm, the food that was grown was eaten by staff and sold at market.
Because part of the residential school system, the manual labor part, was really about earning an income.
The former dormitory offers another window into the school's history, a mirror reflecting beds designed to convey the vast number of people who slept and suffered here, and a collection of objects discovered in the walls, which serve to remind that the students were just children.
When you see the little bits of toys or the candy wrappers or the little things that they saved and hid away in the walls, helps to remind people of that.
They were children who suffered emotional, physical, and sexual abuse, often in this former laundry room, a space which survivors say was where some of the darkest acts of abuse occurred.
With the machinery going and the noise would be really loud, so you wouldn't be able to hear any screaming or crying in the space.
If you're interested in visiting yourself, the school is open to visitors, and you can plan your trip by going to the website woodlandculturalcentre.ca.